Oh, hi, Mike. Here, I'll pop you on right away, man. Hold on. I was just cleaning my reading glasses. I guess about maybe 6 or 7 months ago, it's now no longer an option. You know, before I was like, well, copy. Okay, off to BGG I go. But we're going to have to set you up proper. And it's so weird too, Mike, that you know, I'm the only one that can speak, kind of thing, or I can hear, and it's freaky weird. Okay, I sent it off. Hopefully you get it. Oh my gosh, Mike! I'm telling you, this. Well, I'll move the webcam off. I'm really liking it. I can't believe it. I mean, remember, this is a 720p camera I'm using, and just added a second light. And holy moly, I'm finding that's pretty darn good quality. Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like. I'm just using, like I was saying, now you can get modular. I can, I'm going to have to raise it. I'm going to have to try to figure out a way for the support. There you are. And I could turn my volume off.
Turned my volume down. Can you hear me? Turned my volume down. Can you hear me? There's like a 2-second lag before I hear myself come back through the stream. There's like a
okay, so
2-second lag.
I wonder what we could. There's got to be. Who knows? Maybe the hour is just going to be us spending time trying to figure out the audio. Hey, Charles. Who knows? Maybe the hour. And you know what? Also, Mike, I was thinking about this. About maybe if you want, you know, using these Wednesday streams as like a beta test for stuff, for like when you get your act together or whatever, you know what I mean, and so on and so forth. It's like I just want to use this as a like just use it as a wicked resource for everyone. Excuse me. So what do I need to do on my end, Mike, do you think?
Well, I think the echo, if I don't wear earphones or earbuds, we're going to get some echo.
Okay. But there's nothing I can do on my end? Like, what if, like, okay, I'm going to mute myself and see what happens. I don't know if that helps the echo or.
Yeah, I think if one side of us is muted, like right now, there's no echo. Yeah, I think if one side of us is muted, like right now, there's no echo. I still have about a 2-second lag from when I speak and when I see my lips move. I still have about a 2-second lag from when I speak and when I see my lips move. The video is real time as far as I can see. I can see myself coming through the stream, talking, pointing to myself. Is real time as far as I can see. I can see myself coming through the stream, talking, pointing to myself.
Okay, welcome to Echo Land again.
Now, tell me if to you it appears.
I do. Yes, I do.
Pointing.
Okay. You're fine. You are perfect in real time. for me. As in, when you pointed to your ears, I heard you perfectly at the same time. However, when you're talking kind of thing, I can see that weird lag. So I'm wondering if okay, let's take a look at my hardware setup and see if there's any bottlenecks that way. Let's start with the video camera. I don't know if that's good or bad, but right now I'm using a USB extender, not powered, but it is I am going to a 3.0 port, but I don't think that webcam is 3.0. It's, it's a pretty old 720p. I'm going through a pretty old phone line. I'm still using I've got ASL, but it's or DSL, but it's oh my God, I wonder, see what happens about going on live streams, yabbering away with people about gaming. I was going to say DSL, I end up saying ASL because of people like Iggy Krickdahl, for crying out loud. So I'm wondering if, like, yet again, if it's a lot to do with me just having or we should also maybe talk with Ard Wolf and Dan Pancaldi, because they've seemed to have had issues as well, don't you think? With some of their streams. So I'm wondering if they could help us. I also know that StreamYard has weekly YouTube tutorials and whatnot. Darn it, but you're still echoing really heavy. So there's got to be maybe something I'm doing on my end. This sucks. Because in a weird way, I would, okay, we got to figure this out. But even like if it ever got to the point where like side screen is just my playing, and one thing would have been nice if there was some way of getting me to speak and it turns into subtitles, and that way you could talk and interact with our massive audience. Oh my God. So I'm gonna mute myself because I'd rather hear you.
All right, I'm now unmuted. Can you hear me? Go ahead and type in either the StreamYard private chat or the YouTube. Whoops. Yeah, lots of lag. So lots of lag. So we'll figure this out. I wonder if there's a way to set up like we'll figure this out. A private chat where we can, not have it broadcasting live on YouTube, but just test a bunch of stuff. A private chat where we can, not have it broadcasting live on YouTube, but just test a bunch of stuff. Now I downloaded OBS, which is the open broadcaster software. I downloaded OBS, which is the open broadcaster software. And I did one video. The video that I did for the Hollandspiele sale, that I used OBS for. And did one video. The video that I did for the Hollandspiele sale, that I used OBS for. There is some way to do some live streaming and that. I haven't tried that yet, so I don't know. There some way to do some live streaming and that? I haven't tried that yet. But I think most people who do heavy duty streaming end up going to StreamYard or something even bigger, more professional. I don't know. But I think most people who do heavy duty streaming end up going to StreamYard or something even bigger, more professional. I don't know. So, oh wow, you're getting spam. You're getting porn spam. That means you're famous, Christopher. Wow, you're getting spam. You're getting porn spam. There, you deleted it, I see. You know you've made it in the streaming world when you get the porn spam. There, you deleted it, I see. You know you've made it in the streaming world when you get the porn spam. All right. So I think what we should do is I'll just turn it back to you. I'll log out of StreamYard and all right. So I think what we should do is I'll just turn it back to you. I'll log out of StreamYard and you can meander around the map and I'll make comments from the peanut gallery in the YouTube chat. You can meander around the map and I'll make comments from the peanut gallery in the YouTube chat. But we'll figure it out. We'll get there. I'll probably go ahead and download StreamYard myself, and we'll figure it out. We'll get there. I'll probably go ahead and download. One of the things I noticed about the StreamYard was that like you could only invite 5 people, or like yourself plus 4 people, to stream with you. And after that, you needed to pay like $10 a month or something. Plus 4 people to stream with you. And after that, you needed to pay like $10 a month or something. So you already have a paid license, okay? So yeah, you could have a bunch of folks. All right, well, we'll figure that out. So let me. I'm gonna log off here out of the StreamYard. Do.
All right. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, that's why I was like, screw this. I was going to get just the free version of PayPal, the free version of StreamYard. And then I was like, okay, let's buy the full on for 1 month, see what it's like. And then I was like, holy smokes, there's all kinds of neato things you can do. And they just added that Teams thing, I think, relatively recently. And I was like, oh my gosh, even if, we just do things temporarily or whatever, and you can kind of get, your feet wet with, StreamYard and myself as well. I mean, goodness gracious, that way it's not like a solo effort of trying to learn all this stuff. And then kaboom. Like, I mean, last week when you popped on and we had split screens, that freaked me right out. I was like, oh my God, like this, it just blew me away. Yeah, Charles, I didn't know you had, oh my God, there's Ken. Oh, I'm sorry, Ken. This was just kind of you know what, Ken? We're going to try to do this every Wednesday night now, at around from 8 to 9 or so. And, I'm hoping like right now to kind of use it like a beta test thing. Gosh, too bad it's not Mike that you could be listening to in the background. Oh gosh, but yeah, so Mike and I were thinking maybe trying to use this as an opportunity since I've got StreamYard and you can have teams where like I could set up a team in StreamYard and Mike and I could have admin rights together, that type of stuff. We need to test the stream with both of us wearing headphones. Yeah, I'm wearing headphones right now so I can listen to, what's blowing me away? I constantly enjoy listening to background music, but when I keep doing playthroughs with you guys, like the videos, it just blows me away how distracting it is. And now I pop the headphones. I've been recording so many videos now with my headphones with music playing. I'm like, what the hell's going on? It doesn't make any sense. Well, within reason. I don't want to have a lot of yapping, but yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, Charles, I played sixth in the marks. Yeah, I know that you're the big 44 dude. Okay, thanks, Ken. I do have a bunch of questions. I'm trying to be a smart little bunny here with some of the stuff here. So, what did I want to? Oh, so if anybody has a webcam recommendation, but maybe I don't need it anymore, because this little 720p webcam that I found in the bin with a lot of lighting seems to be not too bad. I mean, except I can't make out the Alberto marker numbers. Oh man, I don't know why I had to come up with some kind of stupid acronym. I was like, why don't you just call it, like this morning? I was like, just call them Alberto markers, for crying out loud. When I was doing that little short, I just wanted to kind of test out a short kind of thing. And I was like, hey, wait a minute, you might as well. Oh, and then I got to use that little info card stuff that you can do. Ooh, I'd like to find out about that, guys, about your Stalingrad 42 playthrough, for sure. What other stuff did I want? Oh, this was one thing it kind of alluded to in, I'm not sure if it was the Monday live stream or the Tuesday live stream. I haven't gone on that site in quite a long time, but every year they have in the retro video game, one of the retro video game forums I used to be on, they would have different categories for competitions. So they would have like a 1K, you had to make a video game, just 1K or less. And they would have the 2K category and the 4K category. Trust me, you would be amazed at what people can do with 1K. But we're talking, you have to use retro computers. Well, I shouldn't say that, because a lot of them, I mean, for transfer files, right? I mean, you use a lot of emulators and so on and so forth. But I was thinking, wait a minute, it'd be kind of neat to have like some kind of ongoing little, I don't know, some kind of weird, like, I don't know. I guess everybody always wants to, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I always feel like everybody always has like a little mini game inside them, or always wants to tweak. You're right, Ken, man. Well, as you know, I think I talked to you when we were doing one of the tutorials there for Vassal, that originally Der Weltkrieg was Stalingrad 42 for me. I had it on the map. I mean, I had it on my table here. Yeah, that map just blows me away. When I see the size of that, it's just like, wow, that's a monster game, even though people say it's not technically one. Holland 44, yeah, I don't know anything about... I still haven't finished watching the movie Bridget Remagen or whatever. Now I found out it's a real bridge, for crying out loud. But that was on Tubi. I still haven't, like I said, I still haven't watched the go. You know, one thing I was noticing, I don't know if you guys see these little pink dudes here, but yeah, that's why I've only got the camera here. It doesn't really mean anything to put it anywhere else. I realize there's no bloody way I'm going to do any other part of the map and talking with you guys, because it's not, I'm not saying it's a bad distraction. Obviously I wouldn't have the camera on, but it's not easy to interact live and make decisions. Just realize, it takes a month to do trenches, and the way I'm not doing it, the official rules ways, of waiting at the beginning of that special turn every month or whatever. Screw that. But I was like, God, I could have started trench building here last turn for the Russians. And also, I'm not sure. I've seen this before. The game with Ken, when you got this huge line, and it's just like, how do you try to like play a bit of deceit or trick the opponent? Making these like subtle little moves here and there to kind of get them, at least for me, because I know the way my brain works at getting distracted easy. I would start staring at it, even though I would try not to stare at it, and it would start swaying my decisions. And I was wondering if, I know it kind of sounds sick, but I'm wondering if using against an opponent, you start trench building in a spot where it's like, well, if you end up getting the trench bonus, but it's not really what you're trying to do. You're trying to just draw the opponent to thinking, boy, I better make an attack over there. So to make sure, because trust me, that's what the Germans are trying to do right now, is going, whoa. We they took that one spot. They took that spot. Was that a trench? I think it was a trench building spot. I have to look at. I think it was. I think it was like trench. I can look. Obviously, it's on the Russian side, but you see what I mean? I'm wondering if I don't know. Because I'm playing, I'm obviously not playing with another human being, but and another thing, when I started reading up on the Caporetto book, man, that book is flipping good. I got to start looking up at for that publisher, Pen and Sword, to see if their other books are in that type of vein, like in that type of an easy read. I'm finding the book not as dense, certainly nowhere near as dense, but kind of as easy of a read as the John Keegan books, versus, let's say, something like Prit Buttar, which I love his stuff, but it's not as I don't go through it as quickly. Like this Caporetto book is just freaking amazing. Before I knew it, like I was saying, I'm like, whoa, I'm halfway through the book. What the heck's going on here? Really good book. So I was kind of thinking, maybe I'm going to go and take a look at some of the other books that they have to offer and see if there's something similar. I would also find out if this author, I know he did it. It was a collaborative effort with, I can't pronounce it. Oh my gosh. Of course we got Ken here, for God's sakes. Can you, hold on, sorry. I'm pointing it at the lamp. There's his name, the collaborative author there, Ken. Hopefully you can see that right properly. Anyways, he's the John McDonald guy says, look, if it wasn't for him, that's why he's got it. Like, he's like, he did as much. YouTube pushed Farewell to Arms to me last night. I don't think he had the scope to do that. Can only build on the start. Yeah, that was the bummer. I was thinking about that too, Ken. About I guess it's only I can do that at the beginning of the war. It kind of sucks. It's gonna be weird doing the grand campaign to try to stay within last name would sound like Chimprich. Last name would sound like Chimprich. Holy moly, I saw last summer, I can't remember the movie. It was a Western with Candice Bergen and Gene Hackman. Oh my gosh, was she ever an attractive woman? Oh my God, I had no clue. I was like, wowzers. What was that movie called? It was a pretty darn good movie. There was another movie he was in with, I don't know, but I couldn't watch it. About 10 minutes into it, there was like 2 rape scenes. And I was like, no, screw this, man. I can't handle this shit. This is too freaky weird. Okay. Yeah, like I was saying about the grand campaign, it kind of like, trying to stick within historical things. I don't want to start going crazy, but I also want to have a free reign to do, to do what, like, I don't want to be forced to, I don't know. Holy cow, Ken, I don't know if you've noticed, you probably have because you've looked at you should see some of the strength points for some of the German troops in the Caporetto scenario. 12 strength points, some of them. 12. And that starts getting me into wondering, what the heck are you supposed? You can't division break those guys down. Like, what do you do with that then? I don't know. Like, so I was saying, I'd love to have Ard Wolf interview Dave Schroeder and just nail him to the cross. So what the hell were you thinking? Oh my god, that would be funny as hell. Oh my god! By the way, I got flagged for copyright on Saturday's live stream. So it was either, I'm assuming it was because I streamed an episode of The Great War. I deleted it right away. I think I was flagged by one of the YouTube robots. It wasn't like the Great War guy going, "Hey, you son of a bitch." But I just find it ironic if it wasn't him and it was actually Dave Schroeder. Are those the stormtroopers? Hold on, I'll go grab the sheet. It just blew me away. I was like, oh my goodness. And it's weird, you know what? At first, Ken, I was thinking, well, all of you guys, I was thinking the Caporetto scenario at first seems kind of boring. Are those 12 point? Yeah, exactly. I'll bring it down. At first I was like, this is boring. Like everybody's all jam packed together in like condensed, like really terrible terrain. The Italians are just going to get obliterated. It's just horrible. The difference, you look, I'm like, there's like three supply points here, 3 supply points there. Then you go over on the other side with the Germans and the Austrians, and it's just like, oh my God. But then I was thinking, wait a minute, how in the world, it's a great puzzle. Like, how in the world do you deal with having an overabundance of strength points condensed into one counter and a ridiculous amount of supply points on one hex? How do you get that around through really bad terrain and trenches all over the flipping place? So, that's one puzzle to try to solve. So, on and on and on. Anyways, yeah, I'll bring down the sheet. Hold on. Telling you guys, man, this gaming gantry is going to blow me away. I'm so freaking happy being able to have an overhead view properly. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, Charles, I hope to goodness that maybe I should make that one of my New Year's resolutions, to play one of the, how do you guys put it? The X40 Mark Simonovich. I've heard also people like Gilbert Collins call him Simonovich. So that was interesting. Hold on here. I got the Caporetto thing. Well, I can bring it. No, I can't. Well, I kind of can, as long as I don't touch the counters. So not these guys. They're pretty. What am I saying? It is good. So yeah, the Austrians. Like, I don't even know what MAST and all these things are. I guess ASLT must be assault troops. And yeah, I think it was Monday night's stream. Oh darn it! Was it James Whitmer or John Longshore? I think, who mentioned something about, whoa, they've got Marine units. Here's the Germans. Can you see that? Oh, sorry, guys. Probably not. There we go. I'll read it out. It's ASLT. They have 4 of them. 4 12 strength point assault units. Holy crap. And then 3 MASTs, whatever the hell they are. And they're 5 strength points. And then, Jesus, Murphy. And then they have Jaeger's designation, 6 strength point assault troops. Jesus, Murphy. I can't wait to calculate the strength, the supply points to compare them. That's going to be horrible. Yeah, it's crazy, Mike. Just crazy. By the way, I wonder if there's some way. By the way, if there's anything, because I'm not. It's hard to jump back and forth. But if there's something like important that you need to say to me, just I don't know, use exclamation marks or something. I don't know what the hell. What else did I want to yabber about with you guys? Oh, because I guess maybe it was part of maybe the wish list and all that stuff. And I was thinking, like, there's a game upstairs I have called The Cossacks Are Coming, which I know I'll never play with another human being. Well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, I don't know the future, but the odds are pretty slim, let's be honest. And it's ridiculously complicated and dense. Like, I think there's something, I think I was mentioning to Ken, there's something like 4 different gauges of rail. Like, it's not just single track, double track. It's also German double track and Russian. It's like, holy moly. But I would love to give that a shot. But that's one of those almost. You ever going to get that, like, ever done kind of thing? I wonder if do you guys have any of those one? You know what I mean? Like a. Does that make any sense? What? Not one that like I'll want to get around to it someday, but it's almost like it's sitting on your shelf, and it's one that probably I don't know. Like I don't know if I ever got stuck in a lunatic asylum or something, and they said you get one game and that's it, kind of thing, and away you go. Like okie doke. Okay. Not sure if I should be. Oh, good. You guys are talking about whatever. Excuse me. Yeah, these are the Special Corps 1 guys, but they were getting me, when I was trying to make the moves for the First Army here, they were getting me confused. Excuse me. I'm also going to, just for the heck of it, try to figure out a way of forcing one of the German cavalry to make a breakthrough. So I'm going to have to, I guess, to make a breakthrough, I have to actually put units all the way around. So that's what I'm going to try to do. At first, I was like, well, I'm going to try to like really. I was like, okay, no. But yet again, I can't. I don't want to start moving these guys, and it's like, well, you're not. That's not part of your command, kind of thing. And that is one I was originally thinking about doing, just moving because he's not part of the Special Corps 1 thingamabobs. I only have around 50 games, but I still have a terrible record for getting them played. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. You know what was a nice thing when I got into this a little over a year ago, and I felt so bad at first. I was like, "Holy cow, you're buying games like a lunatic." And then I watched top 10 things that beginners do or something, and that was one of them. I was like, "Okay, you're just like everybody else. You fell in, and then you just ease up." Because I was like, "Oh my god, am I going to be like this for the rest of my life?" Where you're just buying, blah 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 blah. And I was like, "No, I didn't." And so it was nice to just calm down. Now I'm going the other way. I want to get rid of some stuff because I'm just like, wow, what's the point in having them there if somebody else can play them and so on and so forth? Why not? And I can't feel guilty because even like, for example, like all those decision games I have up in my main game room that are just like hooked along the walls, they're like pieces of art for me. They're motivating. So I'm like, wow, I'm surrounded by games. What's wrong with that? Then you look at Mike's place and it's like, well, holy Lord, lifted. I'm sure there's no echo going on in there, Mike, because of just you talking. I can tell you that much. Jesus, Murphy. Impressive. That's all I got to say. Whoa. Yeah, I was actually thinking something, wondering why Yeah, I think isn't that what they do with that Winterfest or whatever? They get like a hotel or a like a an off season or something. Yeah. I'll have to get used to just this little frame, but I kind of like the idea of. But man, Mike, yeah, we really got to get this flipping thing going. Oh, then the other thing I'm going to try to figure out, I think I can do that, is it's just going to be a lot of freaking strength point pushing around, is I'm going to try to pop this guy up to 4. Right now, this guy's at 2. Yeah, you guys can't see the detail. So he's at 2 strength points. Yep, 4, 7, 7. That guy's in a trench at 3, so I'm all right. I'm happy with that one. And then with all these dudes coming in here, I'm like, okay, so how can I push these guys over? I don't think I have enough movement to get them over to like replace these spots, but I think I have enough movement to pop them in a spot just in case the Germans get there, that I would stop them from getting, hitting number 30 and 20. Well, there's my first Army HQ, and there's another Corps HQ. Like, yeah. And now that I'm doing it with the, it costs 4 demoralization points, losing the Corps HQ. So yeah, I think it's going to take me a little while, but I think I can bump. So I just need to move 2 strength points up to here to 4. That'll cause that guy to have to inflict 2 hits to force a retreat. So that'll be a bonus. And then that'll still be 2 hits. That'll be 3 hits, 3 hits, trench. Hey, man. And then you've got reinforcements coming in. Sounds good to me. And then these guys should go next turn because I'm doing it the proper. Now that I've maybe figured out how the thing about surrounded units and isolation and all that. So, yeah. Gosh, I don't know about you guys, man, but Christopher, did you ever figure out if that split of land? I don't. I think it's illegal for what I did. Well, yeah. For 2 reasons, Mike. One, because remember, I put this map. This is not part of the scenario. So this would be for if you were going to use, if I was doing it with Ken, or for the Golitsa Tarnov scenario, this thing here shouldn't exist. So because that shouldn't exist, I think this is a half hex. Hold on. I got to be very careful. Where's the... Oh, it's just invisible tape. Okay. That's what I mean. It's doing that. Let's see if I can. I think that's a half hex. And so therefore, yeah, it is. I can see it from here. You can't, but I can. So this here is a half hex, and it doesn't even have a hex number at the very top because it's a half hex. So I guess technically I should never have been allowed to move the cavalry here anyways, even if these guys were connected, if that makes any sense. And if, yeah, you look very, 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 very faintly, there is some blue separation. I think there's no effing way you're going to see it with that camera. But so, yeah, I all that headache for the Russians and Renan camp, just at the same time, too, when they stalled out here, lost their artillery just as they were getting towards Königsberg. It's like, oh, man, sorry, dude. But I'm telling you, man, if you were playing this with an opponent, I may be completely wrong because I got to watch. There's someone who recently did a playthrough of the Tannenberg introductory module. I think it was the introductory one. I may be wrong. He may have played the proper one. This is where, for this game system, I don't know about other ones, but this is where the Germans take a flippin' beating, man. Demoralization-wise, I can't remember. You'll see this, I think, on BGG or somewhere, or a Constant World Forum. Someone did a beautiful little color-shaded way to show you like how far away you are from Königsberg at a certain point in the game, where you have to start calculating demoralization points based on how many Russian troops there are near Königsberg. And it's brutal. And, so as a German player, I think who cares about the rest, man? You've got all this huge amount of terrain. Mind you, like I was saying, with that other guy's playthrough, I think he brought the Russians up here and was victorious with them. I would hammer the living hell out of the First Army. So I would probably be ahistorical. I think I would just go freaking just hammer the hell out of it. No one in East, no one here, as quickly as flipping possible. And if you're playing the linked, which was awesome to see with Cataclysm now, he just played the When Eagles Fight scenario. And it was so cool to see a lot of similarities in how it like what was happening. And he was doing like a similar strategy with the Austrians over there after he had to, I guess, make some forced moves, to make it historical. After that, he just hunkered down. And I was like, yep, that's exactly what you do. You don't go on the offensive with those maniacs. So, and at this time of at that time of the war. So yeah, cool stuff, man. I can't believe, Ken, you're saying that you just started using Vassal. Oh my God. Guys, man, that's all I got to say. If you saw, or if you ever do get to see what Ken did, oh my God. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm just going to the kitchen. Tell you one thing, man, this hour is going super ultra quick. What the heck? Stop playing in the 90s, started up. Oh, wow. For me, it was just, I'm such a slow painter with miniatures, and I wanted to start exploring different periods. I was like, well, start getting into Hex Encounter, and kaboom, kabang. Thank God I did, because I never would have met you guys, man. I would have just sucked. And let's be honest, this has got this hobby is certainly good for the aging brain. Let's be honest, cheapers jumping. Stopped in 83. Wow. So you're kind of like Ard Wolf. Oh, darn it. I'm going to have to check. I think it was Monday's stream again as well, or maybe Tuesdays. I think it was John Longshore again that recommended a Caporetto book, but he didn't pop it in a comment on my channel. So I'll have to go and take a look and see what the book that he has. Oh my God. Seeing film footage of that stuff and reading, you're just like, what the hell? Yet again, it's like, well, I would have probably have done the exact same thing. So you're in it. You don't see, it's always so much easier to fix other people's problems because I'm not not emotionally connected to it. The same thing as when I look at stuff historically and I'm like, well, oh my God, what in the world did you guys think? And it's like, well, pop yourself there and you'd be doing the exact same thing. So weird. Oh, another thing too, I was wondering, I'm sure people have mentioned this before, is, when I'm starting to look at like with this game here, at the way it's starting to turn around with the Germans and the Austrians really now starting to, I don't know, switch it's been switched around. I'm wondering if, in a weird, yet again, you start looking at the efficiency of the Germans, and I'm reading up on Caporetto and like these amazing troops, and you're wondering, okay, did the Germans win the battle and lose the war thing, somehow? Like, because it's like, holy moly, man. Oh my gosh, it's so cool to read that Berevich was instrumental in the Caporetto stuff. So what I'm starting to look, I haven't found any so far, but I'm trying to see if there's any commanders that were in because it just seems a little too coincidental for me, how efficient the Italians and the Germans, sorry, the Italians, how the Austrians and the Germans seem to be in Caporetto. Like, they've got their act together. They seem so prepared. And I'm like, my gosh, this seems extremely similar to the game with Ken and the Gorlitsa Tarnów offense breakthrough. And I'm wondering if some of the administrative staff or the commanders or whatever that were in that one, because it's only a year later, we're like, hey, we're going to show you how to do this. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. I want to see like whose fingers were in that and then whose fingers were over there. But it doesn't look like Falkenhayn was whatever. So, it'd be totally cool to find out. Ken, man. My daughter Zoe knows this full well. I've got a lot of problems in life and whatever, but I'm telling you one thing. I love my little brain. And I hope to F. Yeah, that would suck. The only thing I hope is that if it does happen, like some kind of weird brain thing happens, that it's so whatever, I don't remember, and I don't have people pointing to a TV screen or something and going, do you remember that used to be you, while I'm drooling in a corner or whatever. None of that crap, man. I keep telling Zoe, shovel to the head, to the back of the head. If it ever gets to that point, you bring me to the backyard with a shovel and you say, Dad, we're going to plant a tree. And Dad, where do you want the tree to be dug? And when I point to it, you hit me in the back of the head and you aim for the front of my head. Don't stop at the back, man. You follow through. I'm sorry. I want one hit and that's it. I want to be dead before I hit the ground, man. Yeah, that's true, Mike, that I was thinking about it this morning when I was doing the Christmas list thing and I was trying to come up with a backdrop or whatever. And when I was looking at the Italian front box again, I'm like, oh my God, there's Rommel right in front of your face. So read Rommel's early memoir infantry attacks. Oh my gosh. I'm also going to have to, now that you're talking about reading, I'm going to have to start putting up some links to sites where that I like grab a lot of get some text information from, and one of them I think I've mentioned before. It's this guy that I don't know, he's a stamp collector or something, but he's extremely into the mail that went around in World War I with the Austrian army. Crazy, unbelievable, the amount of detail. It's like, what in the world? Anyways, that's where I get a lot of my information. Like, it's, yeah, almost to the point where, I'm not kidding you, he can almost tell you how many freaking shoelaces they bought. He's that. It's like, oh wow, where do these people come from? I'm just absolutely stunned that I love it. I just absolutely love it. Oh, by the way, on a side note, do any of you guys subscribe to Academia? Because you can get a bazillion journals free from that place. So, like, Mike, if you want to start getting a little bit more information about the ancient Middle East and all that stuff, Oh my God. I subscribe. You wouldn't believe the amount of stuff I get every day. It's just ridiculous. So, and any topic you can think of, it's there. I mean, this is, they're all academics, for crying out loud. It's so cool. Oh my God. And on a side note, I guarantee you, every one of you will probably find your name, like somebody else, some academic out there in the world. Cause I keep getting, are you the Christopher Press? And I'm like, nope, I wish I was, but I'm not. I don't know anything about whatever topic they're talking about. Oh man. Who, academia? Maybe I'm a lucky bugger. I put academia. They go to my Google email account, and so maybe it gets siphoned off that way. I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna try to pop some dudes over there, but there's not going to be a lot to go on with this Russian turn, because remember, it was like it's a double turn, no supply points. What do you do? Oh my gosh, and man, am I ever biting at the bit to finish this turn, because I want to fight. It's the last month, but I really want to get to the Germans and the Austrians, because they can I can see it's just they're so flippin' efficient, the Germans. So you can really, I find for myself, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems it facilitates being able to plan, 3 turns or 4 turns in ahead. I certainly would love to someday, guys, do a 2-on-2. I hope this happens with a game such as this, due to the fact that I think, it would help me. It would speed me up. Let's say you say, oh, let's play for a week, whatever, 2-on-2. I also want to do the consulting of, okay, let's plan out, like 3 turns ahead. Like, okay, we have to start figuring out like how to move this supply over to here and there and everywhere, or you just deal with that bit because it's a bit too much for me to deal. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. And then it's like, yet again, you're playing this other level of, or like you are this general staff versus the other general staff kind of thing. Oh, that sounds so cool. And I get, people that been doing it for ages. Cool. Yeah, that's exactly it. Mike, be a new person. And I try to remind myself that too. It's like I'm probably not the same. Well, behaviorally, very much so, but I'm not the same person I was like 12 or whatever. A little bit more sophisticated, but still pursuing the same ridiculousnesses, loving life. But try, like right now, perfect example. It just dawns on me. I'm like, what? We're at 7 minutes to go or whatever, and I don't want it to end. And I've completely forgotten about tomorrow, and I've got some training, 3-hour training course and all this nonsense, and this past hour, I've been properly living. Like I'm in, you know what I mean? I'm in the moment. Like this is what you're supposed to do with your life. Help other people and live in the moment. I'm just like, wow, this is. So anyways, yeah, I'm just like, it's like gardening or whatever anybody else finds pastime wise, where you're just you're one with, sorry if I'm going off into whatever land, but hey man, this is life. For crying out loud. I don't want to get, like I said, say to Zoe often, which I'm like, seriously, don't take yourself seriously. It's the truth, at least for myself. Otherwise, I get myself into problems. What else is going on? YouTube Panzer site. Oh my gosh, you're right, Mike. I still keep getting the scene of the spitting in the beer. Oh my God. Yeah, those movies don't come around very often, do they? Mind you, have you guys ever seen? This is just throwing this out there. Have you guys ever seen the movie Bliss? Now, the very first Bliss movie, not the second one. I don't know what the hell that is about. I'm not going to see it, but it's an Australian film. Wow, that's all I got to say. I saw that. I'll tell you one thing about my mom. Well, I love her to bits, but she no censor. She would bring me to the grocery store every week and say, "Hey, Chris, you can go off to the video store and rent whatever the hell you want." And oh, look it up, Ken, man. It's a very old film. You could probably find the whole thing on YouTube. God, it's one of my favorite films. I saw it when I was 12, and my mom was pretty upset afterwards. She's like, "So how are you doing?" I was like, "I just want to move to Antarctica and never see anybody ever again." I was just like, it just was so like, whoa, just blew me away. Yeah, what a good film. But it is not a film a 12-year-old should be seeing. That's all I gotta say. I got introduced to many concepts. I was like, what the hell? Well, put it this way, there were so many things happening. I mean, I knew what they were suggesting, but I certainly didn't understand the specifics. We can't talk about, trust me, the stuff maybe they can show that on YouTube now that I think about it. I have it on VHS. That's all I have. I just have that copy. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys are into sci-fi. I was just talking to a friend of mine who located in English the subtitled, not the dubbed, the subtitled version. Have you guys seen Operation Ganymede? It's a German film. I think it's from the 80s, maybe. If you guys can find that, it's pretty low budget, but it is. I highly recommend it. Wow, what a great film! What a flipping great film! One of the best shot scenes I've ever seen in my life on that film. It's just. I'll tell you the scene if you. Or I won't tell you the whole scene, but I'll tell you the scene I love. It's the scene. If you'll remember, if you see the movie, it's the scene. They're on Ganymede, and one of the astronauts is returning in the buggy towards the spacecraft. Wow, unflippin' believable, unflippin' believable. What a film! What a film! Oh, cool, Mike. Yeah, that's the problem with doing what I'm doing. I'm missing now that I'm starting to clue in what Ard Wolf. Please don't compare me that. Oh my God. I mean, I shouldn't do that. I feel like I'm being whatever. But when you hear people that mention, "Oh, I'm not able to keep, connected with the comments," it's like, yeah, I can see why. Here I am with 4. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm loving it though, man. Yeah, so please, for the love of God, Mike, we've got to get this audio thing going because I want to see what kind of, like I said, I really want to do this beta testy type thing and see if what can we do? Like, there's all kinds of remember we were mentioning trying to do the one on us playing in real time and having the cameras facing each other on a split screen, so that way the viewers would see us looking at each other, and we'd move the pieces. We could, and as we know, because of the way the StreamYard teams works and all that stuff, we could have 4 screens for crying out loud. So that would be pretty cool. We could have, you and I in both boards and let other people do, pop in for a little bit as long as, things don't go, like I said, beta test land. Let's have some fun and see what the technology can do and what people like and don't like and, whatever, man. Yeah. Enough with the constraints. Enough with you can't do this or you can't do that or you got whatever. Cheapers jumping. Mind you, like I said, I do like when I go off in the ground, I do have to make sure that it's like a spoiler alert or a disclaimer. Look, people, don't show up here thinking you're going to get the official, because I don't want to piss people off. That's not fair. As well as, hey, wait a minute. I thought I was learning, and now it's like, I thought I could do this. And it's like, no, you can't. So. I get you. Oh, darn it, guys, man. It's not like, trust me. Okay. We'll not end right away, because I'm loving it to bits, but it's, I don't know what you guys, I self-preservation spot in my brain is like, Chris, you need to wind down and shut down and try to get into your second sleep before work. Because when do I go back to work? A few hours from now. But still, it's like you need to. Yeah, Ken, I forgot to tell you about. Maybe I'll chat quickly about. So here's a typical thing. It may not happen tonight because like I said, I'm wired for sound. But a typical day for me, like I said, I don't know. This could be deadly. I could be like quick shot to the grave. However, what a way to go. That's all I got to say. My productivity is skyrocketed for myself. I like I've mentioned this. A lot of people are saying, oh, why don't you just stay up later after work or whatever? And I'm like, no, I want that actual break between work and then the next day and have my own private time. I don't want to have, and I also don't want to have to deal with, remember, I still get to sleep again and then prepare again for work. So anyway, so my shift ended at 3 p.m. I hit the bed or couch for me probably about 15 minutes afterwards. Leo hopped on up, and he loves sleeping on me. It's ridiculous. He almost like has a freaking radar or something, man. It's like he could be anywhere in the house. It's like, oh, Chris has grabbed his blankets and he's going to lie down. Grab my, what do you call those things? Those things you put over your face, on airplanes. Oh my God. On a side note, I don't know. Hopefully it's been such a break now because I haven't flown since before the pandemic. But once, a long time ago, I was bumped up to business class, and I've never looked back since, which is a bad thing, obviously, financially. But the problem is, oh my God, come on, man. First off, they know your flippin' name. And secondly, you're treated like a human flippin' being. Like, I'm sorry, you're going to pop me in economy class? Sedate me. Knock me out. I don't give an F if you say, well, you have to be conscious just in case the plane hits the water. Guess what? I'm going to flip and drown or freeze to death. So don't give me that. Stick me in a flotation device, for God's sakes, but knock me out and let me have my travel time rather than spending 6 to 7 or 8 hours fidgeting and whatnot with every other person. It's just nuts. Anyways, business class is the way to go. Oh my God. Where did we go? I can't remember what I was talking about anymore. About this. Yeah. So yeah, I've got to try to, about sleep. So I went to bed, then I got up probably about 5:45, 6 o'clock, which is a bit early. And then normally I would go to bed, let's say, and then my second sleep anywhere between 10 and 11, and then get up again between 1 and 2, and then do it all over again. And maybe have a little nap if I can fit, like if it's not a non-work day, or sometimes I'll even have a nap, let's say between 5 and 5:30 or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not into this 8-hour bit, man. Like straight, it's just, just not into it. Like I said, but I may drop dead in 5 seconds. So we'll see. I try not to mention. I guess you can't hide from your blood. The blood tests will always show it up. But I'm not going to shout it from the rooftops when I go to see my doctor. Hey, by the way, I'm like, playing with sleep deprivation or whatever, or screwing with your circadian rhythm or whatever. But I don't know, just doing my thing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Charles, it still blows me away, man. That I mean, I understand it's physics, but it still freaks me out when you see this giant object flying in the air. But what the hell? Oh my God. On a side note, I got to see it when I was a kid, and I didn't even know it was going to happen. I was in the backyard playing, and the Enterprise, the Space Shuttle Enterprise, was on top of the jumbo jet because I'm in Ottawa, right? So it's we get a lot of PR crap, and it landed at the Ottawa International Airport and flew over my flippin' house. Oh my God! That's all I gotta say. Oh my God! I thought I was going. I was like, what the heck? Oh, another side note about space, which still freaks me out. I live in a weird way. I can see the Parliament buildings, the Peace Tower. It's almost like a straight line, but I live very far away from it. It's just weird. And it always blows me away when I see it. I'm like, you know what? The Saturn V rocket was taller than the flippin' Peace Tower, and you can see the Peace Tower from your house, and you are nearly 20 kilometers away from the freaking place. Unbelievable. Just blows me away. Yep. So I certainly got a lot of moves done. But like I said, I was hoping to God this is going to be more for Mike and I, or actually more Mike than anything, because he seems to be like a very what do you call it? I don't know. Media friendly person, or seems to know how to clue in with this type of stuff. Yeah, so hopefully we'll keep doing that. Like that's what I want to get into. Like let's play around, man. Let's play around. So what are you guys up to? My sleep is catch as yeah. No kidding, Charles, man. You got 4,000 things. It's almost like you need to have your own little sitcom going on there. I go to bed between 2 a.m. Yeah, it's neat to see you, Mike, when you post your stuff. I'm like, what the hell are you doing up? Or when you go to reply to certain things, I'm like, holy smokes, that's yeah, it's neat to see what people are up to. Oh, and on a side note, Charles, I just want to say, if you ever see me online and I don't reply to your stuff, like if you see me online on YouTube and I don't reply right away, I hope to God you don't think I'm being a dick. It's because I'm just listening to music via YouTube and I'm at work or doing whatever, and I'm not actually looking at YouTube. And then later on, I'm like, oh my God, Charles sent a, good morning or whatever, and it's like 7 hours ago. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I feel like a dick. But I'm like, well, I wasn't really on YouTube, if that makes any sense, kind of thing. So, oh my God, guys, we've got to also talk about this overhead thing. This super cheap modular version of it's almost like Lego, for crying out loud. And like I said, I just hobbled this together in no time. The bases are ridiculous. I mean, I want to make maybe clamps and stuff like that. And also because it's such cheap plastic, it's going to be easy to cut and custom make the size perfect. So I can then use clamps, and I found cheap dollar store clamps. Hold on, I'll see if I can find one. They're for some kind of weird tripod thing for your webcam or something. I can't find it, darn it. Oh, it's downstairs. But the webcam or the tripod thingamabob, where's that light? Maybe it's for one. No, it isn't. The hole is almost the exact same size as the freaking poles for the shoe thing. I'm like, this is perfect. I can clamp the gall darn things onto the table and life's wonderful. But I mean, look at that. That's pretty darn stable. I'm really shifting it back and forth, guys, and that's not bad at all. So, Yeah, that's the thing too, Charles. You're right. And also, yeah, I've commented on, like, for example, I've commented on some of Colin, well, the Dervell Creek videos, and they're 9, 10 years old. And he eventually will respond. So I'm like, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. All right. I'm going to, yeah, I need to calm down. That's what a bummer. So please, Mike, yeah, let's spend the next, or at least I'm going to anyways. Part of my free time is starting to read up on how to get rid of the technical issues, and so we can have some like crazy fun. And also, I'm going to contact Dan Pancaldi. Seems to be, but he's so bloody busy. I don't want to bother these people, but he is very receptive. I'm going to ask him: is there some way, or can we have maybe that's a side topic for one of their shows to help people that want to get into streaming, talk about some of the technical stuff. I know Stuka Joe's like, but he's on another planet, man. He's like, holy cow, like, yeah, 40,000 magnitudes above. Anyways, yeah. So, alrighty, yeah, and Mike, yeah, I'd love to talk to you also on a side note. I know you were mentioning that. I was just shocked that you seem to have a lot of knowledge about Universe when you were mentioning. I think were you talking about the paint gun or the arc gun? One of those guns freaked me right out when it was the one there where you need to kind of like get the two lines to meet. And that, like, you can go right through things. It's only when the two lines meet do you nail somebody. I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. But that game, that role-playing game Universe, well, I love the way you're, but I don't know any other RPG of sci-fi, so I can't compare. So you'd be like, wow, that's what other ones do too. So what are you talking about? I love the career progression. I love the civilization disparities you can get between, systems and worlds. You could have like cowboys and Indians practically in one place, and then other people showing up. So you get that Arthur C. Clarke type, magic and technology stuff. And yeah, I know they have both the paint gun and the arc gun. So it's been like I said, the two campaigns that I played in. Did I turn on? No, it's still working. The ones online, they were very combat light. It was very narrative and whatnot. So yeah, it was. Gosh, that was a ton of fun, man. A ton of fun. Yeah, but you're right. It's a tough RPG. And it doesn't make a lot. I'd love to talk to Mr. Butterfield about that. I don't think he's, from his facial gestures when I've seen him, when it's brought up, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm just reading into it, but I'm not saying he's, it's not proud or whatever, but I think there's some behind things he's not impressed with. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Let's end this on a good note, not that bits. So what's going on with you guys before I turn off? Because tomorrow's Thursday. Well, it's Thursday already for Ken. So what's going on with you guys? Okay, I get you, Mike. Yeah, and if I'm sorry, that's what I think is the problem with Universe. That's it's clunky. It's clunky. That's not where it's at. It's the other bit. I think that's where you go. Yeah. Oh man, it's so much like, okay. Skill development, trying to solve issues, like fix a robot part or whatever. That, well done. Well, like how you gain experience and so on and so forth. Well done. Excellent job. Yeah, Ken, man, you seem to be, man, like just working your brains out. Holy moly. time is it? Yeah. What a bummer, man. Okay, maybe I got about 45 more minutes. Who? Oh, me. Yeah, that was a long, long time ago. I had mine in October. Yeah, it's so weird. America. I'm sorry. Yeah, like I said, I wanted to end this on a good note. I shouldn't talk about weirdness of Americans. Yeah, you're right. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving for you, you little buggers. And I thought I think I was one of the stations I love listening to, KUSC classical radio. I think one of the years they were mentioning the average time for Thanksgiving dinner is like 2 p.m. or something. I was like, wow, that is so like cool. Okay, guys, I will see you. Well, in practically no time. And then hopefully, Saturday morning for Normal Land. Well, in my universe of Normal Land. And I'll see you on comments as well. Okay, super nice to see you guys, and I'll see you in a tiny bit. Have a great time, guys. Bye.